Hi, welcome to Wise Guys. We're going to be talking about the distributive principle and working through some questions. Now just a reminder, the distributive principle is this formula right here. A times B plus C equals A times B plus A times C. And also just a reminder that A could be a negative number, B or C could be a negative numbers, and if they are, we have to treat them as such, and we leave that positive sign in there as we're working through. Eventually you'll get to the point where you won't need the positive sign, but when you're first working on it, you should be putting it in there. Now let's follow this one, and I'm assuming that you've looked at the previous distributive principle video, which talks about what happens when you have a positive sign and a negative sign in front of parentheses, because that's what I'm going to be talking about right now. So with this first expression, we have parentheses subtract another group of terms in parentheses. This first parentheses has a positive sign in front of it. So when we have, and the reason for that is if it has nothing in front of it, it's assumed to be positive. If it has a negative in front of it, obviously it's a negative. So when we have a positive in front of parentheses, we can simply remove the brackets and leave the terms the way they are. So this becomes S minus 2t. And we have a negative in front of parentheses. What we do is remove the brackets and we change the signs of both terms. So this becomes minus 3s. So our plus 3s changes to a minus 3s, and our plus 5t changes to a minus 5t. And again, this is talked about in the last video on distributive principle. Now what we have to do is, because we are simplifying algebraic terms, we have to combine like terms. So here we have an s and an s, so these are like terms. The number that's standing in front of the s is a 1. So this becomes 1 minus 3 times s. 1 minus 3 is minus 2. So we have minus 2s. And if you're not sure about adding like terms, check the video on addition and subtraction of algebraic expressions. Now we have the two like terms of minus 2t and minus 5t. So we add together the minus 2 and the minus 5 and get minus 7. And the minus 7 is multiplied by t. And that would be our answer right here. Minus 2s minus 7t. Now we have another algebraic expression. This is with complex numbers. Here the number in front is a minus 6. We're just going to put that in brackets. And we have a minus 3j here. So following our distributive principle, we can think of this as being plus a minus 3j. Just to rewrite this so it's easier to see then, it's minus 6 times 4 plus minus 3j. And then again, we're going to put a plus in front of this minus 2, just to remind ourselves that it's a negative 2, and that's multiplied by the 5 plus j. So now, when we work through this, we're going to have minus 6 times 4. So we have minus 6 times 4. Don't forget your plus sign, it's like right here. Plus minus 6 times minus 3j. Now we're going to add our minus 2 is multiplied by the 5, so we're going to add minus 2 multiplied by the 5 and plus minus 2. We've got minus 2 multiplied by j. Now rewriting this, we have minus 6 times 4 is minus 24. Let's leave the plus sign there for a minute. So we have plus minus 6 times minus 3j is plus 18j. So that becomes 18j. Let's leave the plus sign there again and just solve the brackets. We have minus 2 times 5, which becomes minus 10. And we have plus minus 2j. We'll just put our plus sign in again. This becomes minus 2 times j. Now, oh, we're not near the end yet. Let's just go over here. So rewriting this, we have, we're just going to get rid of these brackets here. So it becomes minus 24 plus 18j. The plus minus 10 becomes a minus 10, so we end up with a minus 10. And the plus times the minus 2j gives us a minus 2j. Now we're going to this point, rewrite this piece again. Minus 24 plus minus 10 is minus 34. Plus 18j minus 2j is plus 16j. And that would be our answer. Now these are a little more complicated questions. Here we have 3 times 2b plus a minus 2 times minus 5a minus 2b. So lots of minuses in there. Let's just walk through this one step at a time. So we have 3 times 2b plus 3 times a. As you can see, this is going to be too long for being up here. Let's hold on a second here. So we have 3 times 2b plus 3 times a. Now don't forget, this is a plus and this is a minus 2 in front of this bracket. And we have a plus sign here and we have a minus 2b right here. So now we're going to add minus 2, which is multiplied by minus 5a right here. And we're going to add minus 2, which is multiplied by minus 2b. There's our minus 2 multiplied by our minus 2b. Now rewriting this, we have 3 times 2b, which is 6b, plus 3a. Just going to leave the plus sign there for a minute. Minus 2 times minus 5a is 10a. Becomes a positive 10a. And now we're going to add minus 2 times minus 2b becomes a positive 4b. Now we need to add our like terms. We have the like terms of 3a and 10a. 3 plus 10 is 13, so we end up with 13a. And we're going to add the other like terms, which are 6b and 4b. 6 plus 4 is 10, so that becomes 10b. And notice as well that our algebraic expression, our answer here, is written alphabetically, so the a comes before the b. Now that wasn't too bad. Let's take a look at this last question. Again, we have a minus in front of the parentheses, so what do we do when there's a minus in front of the parentheses? We remove the brackets and change the signs. So this becomes minus x squared minus 4y. So that's a little easier, right? Then we have our plus sign. Again, we have 4 times 2x squared, and this is going to be then, well, let's just write that one down. 4 times 2x squared. Remember our plus sign. Then we're going to take 4 and multiply it by minus 3xy. So 4 times minus 3xy. So let's work through these brackets. Again, minus x squared minus 4y plus 4 times 2x squared is 8x squared. 4 times minus 3xy is minus 12xy. And again, I put the bracket there because we have a minus against a positive. And let's just rewrite this. Minus x squared minus 4y plus 8x squared. The plus with the minus changes to a minus, so it becomes minus 12xy. Now we look for like terms. We know the x squared, the minus x squared and the 8x squared are like terms. The minus 4y, there's no other y term here, and there's no other xy term. So these ones will be left the way they are. So we just combine the minus x squared with the 8x squared. Don't forget there's a minus. This minus means it's a minus 1 in front of the x squared. So it's minus 1 plus 8, which gives us a 7x squared. Then we just put in our minus 4y and minus 12xy. And again, this is written with the variable that has the highest exponent is always put in front, so that's why the x squared is at the front. That was presented by Wise Guys. Have a good day.